So let me ask you: is Steph Curry the best point guard of all time?
No. I think the
Oh,
simple answer on that one is no. He's not the best point guard of all time. He's up there. To me, Steph Curry has solidified himself as one of the greatest basketball players of all time. When you get to talking about who's the greatest of all time, who's the best, you get in a situation where everybody has an opinion. What I will say is that I feel like Steph Curry has solidified himself as the second best point guard of all time, only behind the one and only Irvin Magic Johnson. I think Magic Johnson is the greatest point guard of all time. I think you would have some people that will have a couple other guys up there, Jerry West. Some guys are going to argue Pistol Pete is one of the greatest of all time. Yeah. And I think all of those guys are in the discussion. They're all discussion worthy. It's all debatable whether or not they're there. But to me, it's clearly, one, Magic Johnson, two, Steph Curry, 3, 4, 5. We can talk about, the pistol piece, the John Stocktons, Jason Kidds, Steve Nash's should be in there. 3, 4, 5, Allen Iverson, etc. But one, Magic Johnson, two, Steph Curry, without a doubt. Now, I will say, I caveat it by saying, if Steph Curry carries this current Warriors team this year, who, again, we don't really see a lot of guys showing up. Klay Thompson has not been the Robin that we're accustomed to. If he carries this team to their 5th NBA championship, he moves above Magic on my list. And he does become the greatest point guard of all time. But that's just me personally.
Man, that's a bold take. I'll say this, man. There's just so many point guards that are worthy of this discussion, to your point. I mean, we even left out Oscar Robertson, John Stockton, Walt, I think, is it Walt Frazier? Isaiah Thomas, CP3. Like, you got to put them in there, bro.
No. CP3 is not in the discussion for greatest point guard of all time.
I'm not saying the greatest. I'm not saying the greatest, but he's in that discussion for possibly top 5. So there's just a lot of guards.
I don't even think CP3 is top 5, but I don't want to make this a CP3 bashing train.
I would say,
shout out to North Carolina kid. It's all love.
He's still in the conversation, but
yeah,
is he the greatest point guard of all time? I'm gonna have to echo your sentiments by saying that he's not. I will say that Magic Johnson is the best point guard of all time. I mean, during his career, he averaged 19.5 points per game and 11 assists per game. So average a double-double. I just don't really deem Steph Curry as a point guard. He's a hybrid play. Like, he's a hybrid between a shooting guard and a point guard. Like, I can't definitively say that he's a point guard. If I had to compare his game to someone, it would be Reggie Miller, but he got the ball on the string. Like, his handles are crazy. He's a great passer. But I wouldn't necessarily say that, hey, he's a point guard. But since he has the title of being a point guard, I will put him in that second position like you. But if he does win a ring, I'm still not putting him at 1. Because then he'll be tied with Magic with rings. So he will have to win 6 rings in order to surpass Magic Johnson on that point guard all-time list.
Yeah, I can dig that. And to me, it's not necessarily about the rings. It's about the body of work. I think his body of work today puts him at really like a 1B. I'm just saying 2. His body of work really puts him at a 1B. And by having the same amount of rings as Magic, it opens the door for the conversation, because I think a lot of people today don't even want to have the conversation.
Gotta have it.
But I think if they're able to win this championship, specifically this one, you got to put him at 1. And I think he also moves up on when we talk about the GOAT overall, not by position, he also moves up on that list and definitely solidifies himself. I think it's arguable whether or not he's in the top 10 right now for greatest players of all time. you could make a case that he's a fringe player somewhere right outside that top 10 all time. But with this championship, I think for sure top 10 all time, for sure best point guard ever.
Well, you heard it here, man. This is a great discussion. Hey, we want to continue this discussion in the comment section. So if you like our content, give us that CLS treatment, that comment, like, and subscribe, and we'll catch you on the next one.